episode 12 or episode 13. I don't know. More likely 12. I don't know. Look in the title. But we back, man. We back, man. And we we talking about MDO. We doing a little bit of MDO news. We doing MDO news. We talking about the Munchie B situation. Um, and I think we might do MDO news, the Munchie B situation, and I'm trying to think. We're gonna talk about the what was that G Herbo F the streets that everybody been talking about. I don't know if I'm gonna get into that because that's matter of fact we're gonna try to, but we're gonna get into the main thing first, and um we're gonna be talking about my blunt. I'm about to spark this. I'm about to, hey, if you got a blunt, light that. You got a drink, pour that. You got a pill, pop that. If you got some food and you just watching this, eat that. Do what you like to do, because we just relaxing. This is a I want this to be a safe place for y'all. I want this to be the chill spot, the virtual chill spot. When you here, we just relaxing, we just cooling, we just talking shit. We ain't doing too much. We ain't being in the mix. We ain't being too messy. We ain't messy Jessies over here. We just MDO gang. We just do what we do. Y'all know, and y'all made this channel, and I love y'all for that. You know, 1,000,000 views in the first month. That's all y'all right there. 1,000,000 views. A lot of dudes don't got 1,000,000 views. So I'm grateful. First and foremost, I feel like mindset. I always try to tell y'all some positive shit, bro. You know, we do a lot of cool shit on here. We do a lot of shit talking. We talk a lot of real shit on here too, bro. You know, right now we just growing. So I hope when more people finally see this, you know, because I'm in the mindset of, I think I plan for success. I try to think good. I try to think positive as best that I can, bro. And I want to try to do the same thing. I went to bed. Saying I was gonna get up and do a lot. Went to bed with a good mindset, and woke up with that same good mindset. And I didn't get a chance to work out today, which I'm really disappointed about. One of the mornings, you know, Monday mornings, a cheat morning. We weren't supposed to. We were supposed to do a big workout this morning, but sometimes I feel like sometimes I feel like I overdo it, and then we don't get the most important stuff done. And want to get this content out. So yeah, bro. And for all the people that been wondering what's been going on with the channel, bro, I've been having a lot of problems, personal problems, so I haven't been able to upload as much as I want to. But I'm fixing them, and hopefully today, I hope will be the last day of it. I hope. But bear with me. So, we got a lot to talk about, bro. We got a lot to talk about. It's gonna be a good one. The Munchie B, Adam situation. I like I said, I'm gonna be coming at y'all with more no jumper shenanigans, because there's always some shenanigans going on at no jumper. And I want to say this. Right? I made this since I'm going through what I'm going through with my little gadgets and to upload and everything. I couldn't really I made a video about the situation, but it was a short video. So I had to come on live and say, let's just make this alive, because this situation is a situation that is very complex, and unless you somebody living under a rock and don't have any brains. But for the most people, I mean, you know what? Let me not say it's very complex. I have to say that for some people. It depends on who's listening to this. It depends on who's listening to this, and I'm gonna tell you why I say that, right? Okay, so for all my matter of fact, I feel like this situation is a universal situation, and most of the situations I come to with you guys are 6 degrees of separation situations that I feel like all of the content that I'm bringing you, or not all of the content, but a lot of the lives, I'll say on my lives, My lives is more personal. It's more personable and more personal. So I try to make it. I try to make all of the lives something like, if you can't relate to it and if you've never been through it, you can at least understand it or see where I'm coming from or see where the person that I'm talking about is coming from. You get where I'm going with this? Good. So this situation makes me just smile, and it is, and I'm not smiling because Munchie B got disrespected and violated. I'm smiling because, let me tell you guys something, right? And I don't know who gonna ever see this, and whoever sees this, I hope you take my words and you really go become a millionaire. If not in finance, become a millionaire in spirit. You know. So I smile at the situation once again, not for Munchie B, but I smile because this channel is mine. This podcast is mine. You get what I'm trying to say? I'm gonna repeat that again. This channel is mine. This podcast is mine, and that feel good to say. Because at the end of the day, this is why I feel bad, right? It's not everything not all about money. I feel like a lot of people generally like being at no jumper. A lot of people like being at no jumper, but that's Adam's. Now I'm a eloquate this to you. This is no jumper. It's Adam's show. That's his shit. Excuse my French. That's Adam's show. He can do whatever he wants with his show. He can't. Now, am I saying he's right? No, I'm not saying he's right. But what I'm saying is this, and I learned this the hard way. Only thing you could depend on is something that you made for the most part, and barely that. And the only thing you could depend on person who you really know is yourself. The only outcome that you have 100% or 99.1% knowledge of the outcome would be a situation that you are making. And what I mean is, when Adam wakes up, he don't have to worry about a text saying that, hey, don't come to the show today. We're good. Because it's Adam's show. But anybody else, no matter what they have going on the side, if they receive that news, I'm not saying they would be crushed, but basically it's not about how the person will feel that's being rejected. It's about just the situation as far as, yeah, like this is my shit. And if you don't like it, you can step. Now, this is what I said in my video. If you see my video, go check out my video on the page. Go check out the video on the page, right? If you've seen the video, you've seen that I was saying that. What I was gonna say? Oh, Munchie coming back, right? So this has been going on for like a week now. I think now that this is a fresh Monday. Now that this is a fresh Monday. Munchie had a chance to watch the footage, and he's heard his number of I'm sure he's heard his number of people with their opinions on the situations. And I said this in the video, or maybe I said this in the video, or I said this on the live earlier, I'm not sure, but I'll reiterate for you, or repeat it, should I say. He's in turmoil. I feel like he's on the fence on whether he should come back or not for various reasons. And I'm just give you a few of them. I could be wrong, but I'm gonna give you a few of them what I think. He wants to go back, but the sit down he went with Adam didn't happen, and that just says that Adam. So when people tell you who they are, please believe them, because when the writing's on the wall, read the room and read the writing on the wall. Like Adam doesn't. I won't say that Adam doesn't. I'm gonna say this, right? This is the best way I've articulated it to you guys. If you go to work and have an argument with your boss, you might not get fired, and the argument, he might have been wrong about the argument, and you might not have to apologize to him. He might not have to apologize to him about a little. It might not even be an argument. It might be a small kerfuffle. It might be a small spat. Just a little something small where everybody, okay, a little back and forth, nothing too big. But if you're in the mindset of, and the only way that situation can be rectified, and the only way you can do your job properly is if that situation is rectified and he apologized to you in a manner that you see as him respecting you on the same level or somewhere close to as you how you respect him or her, then you will be in trouble. And that's the problem, or the situation that Munchie B finds himself in at the moment. Hey, I've seen this to you guys, right? And I go through it too. I think a lot of us go through it. You can't tell people how to treat you for the most part. You can only react and be who you are. That's the only thing you can do. And I'm going through that my damn self in my own personal life, bro. I'm going through that too. You can't tell people what to do. The only thing you can do is react, bro. And you do what you do. And what I mean to say is, like, Munchie needs to I don't know if Munchie can go back, bro. Unless Adam. Okay, you know what? It would have been really. You know what? Adam didn't take. I didn't even really get a chance to get on Adam. I've been talking a lot about Munchie, but I didn't get a chance to really get on Adam yet because I'm trying to. I really should have wrote this down, but I woke up and just did this, so I didn't get a chance to write down any of my points. But I'm kind of winging it because once I see a situation for a certain amount of days, I get a chance to rethink about it, see everybody's point of view. Excuse me. I can see everybody's point of view, and I know how to, deliver it to you guys to a certain extent. Now this situation, excuse me, this situation is kind of growing now because now we got drink some of this lean. Let me drink some of this lean. This leany. Yeah, right. So. Yeah, my allergies messing up. I don't know if it's the weed or my dog. I don't know. My allergies going crazy. So yeah, like the reason why I'm pausing is because, like I said, bro, you gotta have your own to a certain degree, bro, and you can't fall in love with no situation. I've been through a lot, bro. So when you get advice from me, kiddies, you're getting advice from somebody who's well seasoned and who've been. Oh, I'm stretching. I'm sorry. You getting advice from somebody who's well seasoned. You getting advice from somebody who, I think I maybe said this in episode 1 or episode 2. I'm not sure, but when I talk, I'm not talking from anything that I talk about. I've been through it for the most part. And I don't have to ask nobody about nothing because I've been through it. So when I'm giving y'all game or breaking something down to y'all, you're not getting an expert a lot of times, but you're getting somebody that really, been in a lot of these situations. And a lot of times I'm trying to come to you guys with, how do you say, maybe a safety map in life, a life safety map, so you don't have to go through the same thing. Or at least you don't have to go. Or at least if you do go through the same thing, you can have that Kobe mindset, that Mamba mindset, that Kobe Bryant mindset, that Michael Jordan mindset, as in you prepared, you read in the room, you know what the situation entails, and you know how to play the situation. And that's a lot on this page. That's a lot of what we do here. We talk about situations, we break down situations, and maybe, hopefully, if that situation arises in our lives or somebody else's life who we care about, maybe we can help them, or guide them in the right way. Guide them in a way where we don't want nobody to crash, y'all. Now, this is what I will say. And maybe this is a dumb point, right? But I won't say this is a dumb point because I see a lot of people. I mean, for the most part, it would seem as if everybody on that No Jumper cast, from the background, for everybody who's on the camera and who's off the camera, has their own situation, which everybody should. As a content creator, that is, if you're a content creator and you don't have your own situation, that doesn't make sense. But you'll be surprised. You'll be surprised how many big content creators or big media, or should I say, big media personalities don't have their own situation, or they don't have a situation that they're taking seriously. And I'm not gonna name names, but it's just very surprising. So with that being said, Munchie B has his own successful podcast. So it's not like when he leaves No Jumper, he's gonna be that out the loop. But let's bring it back a little bit on. Let's bring it back a little bit on. Let's bring it back a little bit to the Munchie B coming back to No Jumper situation. Now, how I feel about that, bro. Hey, you could tell that this is a situation. You could tell I'm really invested in this story, right? Because usually by now we already got the video started. It's been 15 minutes. We ain't get nothing started yet. This ain't really a visual. It's a visual stream. It's a visual stream, but not. Yeah, no, it's not. Like, you know, sometimes the podcast would be just me talking my shit, and sometimes the podcast would be me talking, and then you can watch a little bit. I don't know if this was the perfect. Matter of fact, we could probably watch a little bit of this once I spark my blunt. Maybe spark my blunt in maybe a couple minutes. Shout out to everybody that's been coming to the channel. I've been having some technical difficulties, so I haven't been able to upload, and I'm working on that right now as we speak, man. So maybe I should have shout out to my boy Point and Shoot, man. I was watching everybody talk about the situation. And it's just, I wonder how much it's gonna grow. I mean, it's good for publicity as far as No Jumper goes. And Aunt Hefe, this situation has now veered its way to Aunt Hefe and Gangland Neem getting into the situation also. I seen Aunt Hefe make a make a video this morning about Munchie B talking to Gangland Neem, and Munchie B basically saying, hey, I ain't gonna lie, that West Coast shit is interesting, bro. I'm gonna be bringing y'all, like I said, we on MDO, the MDO channel, even MDO podcast, we covering all topics. I mean, basically, I'm covering hip hop and drill and street news from all regions. So, yeah, Chirac, California, the southern states. That's mainly the states that I'm focusing on. But like I said, I like focusing on all the states, man. Like I seen a really cool vlog from coming out of Arizona. They had a lot of hood vlog coming out of Arizona. They had a lot going on, bro. You know. So I'm about to spark my blunt real quick though. So I'll let y'all watch this one. I'll spark my blunt real quick, man.
And so Munchie B starts putting out his feelers to try to communicate with the 16, and the 16 doesn't like this. He doesn't like being touched by Munchie B's skin. Wait till you hear this. Look at this.
You're way too drunk and you just keep talking about your own shit. We're talking about like topics and then you just start babbling. I dare you to watch this podcast back. You won't do it. Don't stop touching me. Stop it. Stop poking me. What the f*** is this? Get your dead hands off of me.
Okay, hold on. Let's stop this for a minute, right? And I'm supposed to be sparking my blood. Right? So look, right? Adam. Okay. It's like this. If you with your girl, right? And some dude from your block who's belligerent, who you don't have a problem with, but he's intoxicated, he's drunk, he's belligerent, acting crazy that particular day. and you have to maybe not even knock him out, maybe just grab him up to restrain him from harassing you and your lady. And then when he sobers up, he says, "Hey man, I don't like how I feel like you handled me, brother. I feel like you handled me, bro." I'm gonna say this to that: whenever you drink, bro, and whenever you do drugs, you opening yourself up to, of course, you know, everybody does a substance. Everybody has their vices, and everybody use them and do them for a reason. But what I'm gonna say is this: going on, I didn't know. I actually didn't know, bro. But hey, all right, let's shift the screen a little bit over here, right? Can y'all see this? Hold up. Let's see that Henny bottle right there, bro. Now, I ain't even gonna I can't move it for y'all to see the bottom of the Henny bottle, but I'm gonna say this, right? Y'all see the top is empty, right? The top, the Henny bottle I'm looking at, from my angle, the bottle is, y'all can see the bottle, right? The bottle is almost done. Your bottle is almost done. Listen, y'all. This is why let me tell you, bro. I used to drink a lot, bro. But I feel like that drinking shit is a lot of DNA. That's a lot of your DNA. And what I mean by DNA is, and I could be wrong, I feel like me, I don't feel like my DNA was built up for liquor so much. But I was an avid drinker for a long time. But even with that, bro, when you drink, bro, I swear to God, bro, you gotta have your mind right. And when I mean your mind right, as in you gotta wake up, you gotta know that every day you wake up, you gotta eat a big meal, bro. You gotta that drinking shit, I'm gonna break down that drinking shit a little bit for you. But those who don't know, because I used to be a drinker, bro. Like almost everything. I just never did. So a lot of shit I never did. A lot of shit I did do. But we talking about liquor right now, and I'm gonna break down how a lot of times if your DNA is not made for liquor, then you gonna have to move accordingly. And when I say that, that's to say you have to wake up every morning and have a big breakfast, bro. And you cannot skip that big breakfast. You gotta have a big breakfast, bro, to soak up that liquor. You gotta know that you gotta, like, if you look at that, I don't know if he's chasing that. If he's chasing the liquor, for those who don't know, chasing the liquor is when you're mixing the liquor with juice. And hey, one thing I do know, bro, we're really, and I don't mean to call you guys dumb. I don't mean it in that way. But what I want to say is we're really dumb. Or I'll say I'm really dumb. And a lot of people are really dumb just like me. I won't say you guys. And I'm going to tell you why, right? And we're going to go back to DNA makeup. A lot of things that we eat and put in our bodies in America, if a person that doesn't live in America tried to eat that, they would get extremely sick. But why is that? From birth, if you were born and raised in America, your body is used to taking such high loads of sugar and this and that and syrup that's inside of this, and flavor syrup that's inside of this and that and with food coloring that's inside of that, and pasta that's inside of that, and 4 cheeses that's on top of that. Where our bodies is made for that, because this is where we're from. But we do things and we don't realize what we put in our body. We don't realize, like when I was a kid, bro, we drinking all this juice and all the candy. You don't know how bad that is for you. And then it's not just necessarily bad for you, but it's bad for you. I say this, right? It depends on how you was raised, and a lot of us weren't raised in families that were, I don't want to say healthy, but they weren't hell bent on health. And I'm gonna break down what I mean, so I don't offend anybody. yeah, you had a family that took care of you. You had, and I'm sure a lot of you had families that did right by you. But a lot of us didn't know. We weren't supposed to eat all that bacon on our food. We weren't supposed to eat all that, or a lot of stuff we weren't supposed to eat. And if we, and then it's not about you're not supposed to eat it. You can eat it, but then it's a way that you eat. It's a way that you have to eat it. And we weren't taught that. We weren't taught about a lot. We weren't taught that. We weren't. Hey, somebody said something that I think it was Joe Rogan. He said something that really made a lot of sense. He was saying that every teenager in schools, when you hit at the 10th grade or maybe the 11th grade, really the 10th grade, or maybe no, entering high school, there should be a class. There should be classes on alcohol education, but they don't do that though. Hey, I say that because our families ain't gonna really do it too much, right? How you learn about alcohol and doing drugs? From just doing it and surviving it, right? And then you pass on the stories, and the stories get passed down. That's how you that's how you learn about alcohol and drugs and weed and all of that. And, the stories get passed down. But in all high schools, I think that freshman year it should be an alcohol education class. Because so basically the point I'm trying to make is, if you're not taking shots of the liquor and you're not eating properly and you're not, I'm not saying he didn't have I'm not saying he didn't have a big meal. What I'm saying is this, bruh. I'm the Henny now. I don't know. When it comes to that Henny, that used to be my drink. Maybe I may, it looked good sitting there right there. It used to be my drink. But I'm gonna say this. That's not even the they got a personal bottle. The personal bottle, that's a bottle for sharing, bro. That don't look like the personal bottle. The personal bottle is way smaller than that, bro. And even with that, you still gotta take sips, in my opinion, because let me tell you, that shit is tricky. Hey, that liquor shit is tricky, and I'm gonna tell you why to me. Because really what you're supposed to do, and I could be wrong, I'm not an expert on drinking, but what you're supposed to do, you're supposed to take shots, and I think the liquor will hit you. But a lot of us, and this used to be me too, instead of waiting for that like mellow feeling and riding that mellow feeling of the liquor, a lot of us try to, and this is another bad thing with drinking, bro. When you try to drink, and not drink until you drunk, but then stop. Like, it's like, you're driving a car and you stop like right before the stop sign, and not right before it, but it's right in front of it. When you do that with liquor, bro, that shit just don't really work like that. Hey, wait. I almost say it don't work, but it's a hit or miss. It's a hit or miss whenever you try to drink alcohol in public and say, okay, I gotta do something, but I'm gonna drink this amount and stop. And this would be enough for me to be nice and still function. That's a slippery slope, and you gotta be real careful doing that. Like,
out of here.
So the 16 is obviously disgusted by Munchie B's fingers. Why would he? I mean, that's really crazy. So he's just trying to.
Hey, and I didn't want to put point and shoot in this video, but I'm glad I did play this. Shout out to him. Go check him out. This is not my content. For copyright purposes. This is not my content. I'm merely making a reaction to this content. If you like what you're watching and you don't want to get interrupted by goofies like me, you can go to Point and Shoot Forever and go check out his channel, turn him up, like, comment, and subscribe on his channel. Go see that man. So back to what we were saying, right? I really just had to hear. I really just had to hear.
Like I said, extend his feelers out, try to get a sense of things. But the 16 is he's grossed out by Munchie B's hand. That's pretty concerning. So let's go to this next part where the 16 loses his temper and begins grabbing and kicking Munchie B.
Okay, I'm gonna say this, right? They're like, nigga, you just said a lot. I know. Bear with me, right? We got a lot to get to. I don't wanna say this was a pick and choose situation. Would he have handled Aunt Hefe like this? I don't know. Is his choice of choice of how he handled Munchie B in this situation wrong because Munchie B was drunk? So this is what I was on the fence about, right? But I'm really two-sided, right? And that should be my name, Two Sides. That should really be my name, Two Sides, right? I'm two-sided because of this, right? On one hand, like I don't, and we can't even talking to you guys about this situation, right? How many of us can go to work drunk? How many of us can go to work drunk and high and do that with our boys? So it's a different dynamic. But the moment he came out the house, or the moment he came to a serious function, or he had to do something serious, I feel like he should have had some type of I don't even know what's the word, bro. I don't know what's the word because, you know, like I said, everybody does things different. But hey, I'm gonna say this, bro. As far as handling your shit, a lot of them don't do it that. A lot of them not the best at it. Hold on. Free Brick Baby. I done seen Brick Baby zooted out of his mind a lot of times. I done seen Lush run off camera from drinking too many buzz balls. We done seen the sleepy gangster himself, Aunt Hefe. He don't care nothing about what the checks say. We done seen him sleep all the time. So, you know, I'm trying to think of what really got, like, okay, so I actually watched this episode. This is one of the better, yo, bro. Yo, man, this is one of the better episodes. I actually watched this episode, and this episode was a weird one. This episode is kind of the reason why No Jumper is what it is, because I felt like this episode was one of them episodes that it was like 2 episodes in one. Because remember, the first episode was stemming off of, this is when I think her name is Germ. Yeah, Lush's girlfriend Germ was on the show. So the whole episode was about that Lush Germ breakup beef, where they both was on different platforms, or they was talking about each other's drug use on social media. That's what the original video was about. And also that's what the show was about that day. And another point that was big on the show that day was the Adam 4 Extra beef, because 4 Extra had just did an interview with 4 Extra had just did an interview with Trap Lord Ross. So that show had a lot going. It was a lot going on with the show anyway. You know, what I really should have did. I'm a real idiot, bro. What I should have did, and maybe we're gonna do this later. But see, I don't know. Maybe we're gonna do this later. What I should have did was I should have went to that particular show and we could have watched it. But it's so, bro. There's so much going on in that joint. It's a lot going on that particular episode where Munchie B and Adam. Now, when Munchie B and Adam get into it, so I feel bad because usually I have a definitive answer whenever I have a point to a closer as far as when I make my points on all these videos for the most part. But this might be the first time, bro. I don't want to leave you on the cliffhanger. This might be the first time I'm a little stumped because, hey, right? We don't know if this is a play. I don't think so. We don't know what Adam's mindset is, but what I will say is, somebody not having respect for you, that's something that what can you really do about that? And if the person is your employer, or if the person is somebody that's helping you in any way, I don't think it's not too much you can do. It's not. It's something you can do. But as far as if you want them to treat you a certain way, because Munchie B, he does want to come back, but he's the big homie in his neighborhood. He's a well respected. He's a legend in the gang LA culture. So my thing is, I feel like Munchie B just wants to figure out a way how he can come back and save face. But and this is where I say this is the big conundrum in the room, and this is the elephant in the room. He came to work too drunk, but Adam went too far. Okay, Adam went too far, but when you come into your place of employment, you gotta know how to handle your scandal, bro. Like, if you can't control your liquor, I'm gonna just make it simple. If you can't control your liquor, don't. You gotta be, everything you do, can't be, everybody's doing it on that show. Everybody's getting messed up on that show. So once you do that, this is my motto, bro. Just getting wasted in public, you put yourself in danger for a whole bunch of situations. You never know, something crazy could happen and you can't even react. So then you gonna go on TV and do it? Like, I know Munchie B didn't think he was gonna get that wasted, but and I feel like a lot of the stream, I kind of only talked about Munchie B, not enough about Adam. But the reason why I didn't get on Adam so much is these dudes give him the ammunition. Luckily, Munchie B has his own successful podcast. So I can go check that out. MB, the mayor, I forgot the name of it. Morals Over Money. Go see Morals Over Money. But I don't know if I would like to see Munchie B come back, honestly. I love seeing Munchie B on No Jumper, and if he doesn't come back to No Jumper, I will just go to Morals Over Money and watch that. I mean, I'm still gonna watch No Jumper, but I would love to see him come back. Now, would I like to see him come back? If he come back, though, I don't want to see this incident like this happen again. So if he was to come back, I feel like, all right, this is what Munchie B was saying, right? He was saying that if he wants to come back, they have to have a second sit down, and I don't think Adam wants to have that with him. But it's weird because Munchie B is the best thing that's going on that show. He's the best podcaster they have right now. They all bring something different. We all have a uniqueness about us. Everybody from the show brings something different, But Munchie B is the draw of the show, that I would think. So I don't know how this is gonna work, but nothing stops for no man. Now Adam, I feel like Adam picks and chooses, but I feel like a lot of this is the problem with Adam, right? And this is where you get into the unspoken agreements that's silently agreed on between adults a lot of times. And I think with Adam, his thing is, guys can get wasted. I don't care. You can do pretty much what you want, but you can't get wasted to the point where, like you see, it was a super chat one day, and Jefe was too wasted to even answer the fan. I think he bugged out in the fan, and Adam was annoyed. We didn't even get into the secret beef between Jefe and Adam. But basically, what I'm trying to say is, Adam wants to have a loose environment and a chill environment, but it would be hard for him to. It's hard to tell somebody, hey, drink, but drink in moderation. Smoke, but smoke in moderation. Like, if the only way to stop another Munchie B situation from happening, it would have to be a situation where there's definitely no drinking and smoking on the show. And things would have to change as far as the drug policy and no jumper. Things would have to definitely change. Adam would have to enforce that somehow, or I don't know how he would do that. I don't really know how he would do that, but definitely, hey, I'm say this, right? You can do what you want before the show, but once the show commences, no more drinking, no more nothing for nobody. Now, if they do that, they would actually be more. They would be more productive. This whole situation only transpired because as the show was going on, Munchie B just kept drinking more and more and more. You know. So, hold up, put a little bit of this for you, man.
Out of anger. This is crazy. Watch this.
No, right out of here.
No. Let's do it right now. Man, you gotta
Stop putting your dirty ass hands on me, bro.
No.
Bro, I just don't want your hands are dry. Get some lotion before you touch me.
You don't be using.
So the 16 denied kicking him there, which is crazy because I'm watching it. It's like you can't. If something is available on video, you can't just like say something different happened. So as you can see, the 16 shoves.
Now, I didn't even get into. We're gonna get into a little bit. Oh, I had to stretch my pad. We're gonna get into also. I'm gonna play this for a little bit. We're gonna get into also the Aunt Hefe, Gangland Meme, Munchie B, Adam Beef. It's a civil war right now, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
His giant dinosaur leg shoves Munchie B and then adds a kick on at the end. If I'd like to play that back, watch this. So the 16 kicks Munchie B, sending him flying across the room, okay? Out of anger. I mean, he could have handled this so much differently. He could have made it funny. Remember, at this point, before the 16 lost his temper, everyone was mad at Munchie for ruining the show. Nobody was mad at the 16, but everyone is mad at him now because of how he behaved. What a stupid ass cuck. And he's a kicker too, which is crazy because everyone... So do you guys remember the kid at school that used to kick? Anytime he was in any type of scuffle, he was always relying on kicks. And this is what we're seeing here. The 16's upper body strength wasn't enough to separate himself from Munchie B, so he needed to use his feet, his giant tree trunk legs. So that was really pathetic. I want to add there too, is that the 16 is a kicker. He was the kid at school that used to kick. And I think that it's worth pointing out here that he kicked a registered blind man. What the fuck is he kicking a blind? So I want to find out if this is some sort of abuse. He's kicking a blind blood, for crying out loud. He can't defend himself. So he has to just accept it and let the 16 mark him out. So he's marking out. Imagine marking out a